Bonjour everyone. Today we're going to talk about cats, and more specifically we're going to talk about one aspect of catification that I think is really important in a small apartment. And this specific item is the rack, and probably if you look around in my apartment it really is everywhere. It's often seen as an overly simple thing and you wonder what the heck you use it for, but for me it's actually something that improves my quality of life as well as my cat's quality of life. Actually, a long time ago I was a big non-believer of racks. I felt like in a small space it was too big, bulky, and would actually maybe introduce more clutter in my space. But as I needed more storage and different ways to organize my items and my cat's items, I realized it was a great item to have around because of its flexibility of use, saves more floor space than it takes up, and can also provide cats with specialized areas of play, sleep, and many other functions if you're creative enough. Now, one of the ways that racks really help is through improving any cat butler's organization. Take it from me, I'm not that great at organizing or keeping my space clean, but having a rack around makes it easier to do those things. So for example, here in my apartment I have this one small rack, and on the bottom level I keep the cat's water and food in the same spot so that the cats can easily get to them. Having a food and water station like this keeps accidents from happening, since you're less prone to just walking around and accidentally kicking over a bowl of water or food. Then all you would need to do is put a tray or some sort of water absorbing mat underneath that water and food station, so it easily catches whatever falls out, whether it's water or food, and then it can be easily dumped out and cleaned up. As many cat butlers might know, we have a lot of stuff from cat toys, brushes, and just general tools of the trade. Keeping these items on one of the levels of the rack allows you to remember where things are and give you quick access to them when you need to use them. At the top level of this rack I have all the sprays, cleaners, and cat grooming stuff that I need, because since I use all of these things on a daily basis, keeping them at the top makes it quick and easy to grab. And of course, racks can be used for catification, creating cat-centric spaces specifically to cater to our cat's behaviors. One of the simplest ways to use a rack is to just put a cat bed, box, or something similar to create a perch or a lounge. And why would you want to put them on a rack? Well, again, floor space is scarce in small living spaces such as apartments. Therefore, stacking and putting items and cat beds on top of each other still lets cats access these areas but more efficiently use the space. And remember, cats value vertical levels and surfaces. Their sense of space and territory is a lot different from ours. Having a lot of cat spaces and surfaces in varying vertical levels is in a sense creating different territory for them to explore and claim. Another great thing that a rack provides is some different exploration and play surfaces, as long as the rack is sturdy and heavy enough. I mean, there are a lot of things you could use a rack for cats to navigate and to play. Recently, I wanted to add some different ways for my cats to interact with each other indoors. I cleared off the bottom 2 levels, and it's immediately something that the cats can use. Adding a tunnel creates a nice play zone, but also a nice secluded zone for them to get some quiet away from the traffic of the main room. It's also a great spot for them to hide before pouncing on one of their cat friends. As you can imagine, cats will love this type of thing, especially kittens. Kittens are super energetic. They really want to get into small spaces, so having these safe spaces for them to get into is a great option. And of course, I like to change it up from time to time. Adding a few corrugated cardboard platforms to the rack creates a nice even surface for them to chill on, but also lets the cat scratch and deposit their scent. If the rack is large enough, add a large linen cloth to create a climbable surface. Latte, my Bengal cat, uses this cloth to get up to the top of the rack all the time. Just attach the cloth with some strong clips and you have both a great piece of cat climbing furniture and a nice organized rack. Going back to my original worry where I thought racks were bulky and would make my space seem too small, actually it had the opposite effect. Stylistically, since the racks are see-through and we can see beyond them, to our eyes racks are quite light visually when compared to solid objects such as bookcases or closets. If it's near a window or source of light, it allows the light to pass through and creates a nice open feeling to your home. So for those having similar concerns as me in the beginning, try a small rack first, place it near some light sources or add a light source to the rack and see how you feel about it. And definitely for my fellow cat butlers that find it hard to organize and keep their space neat and clean, racks will help you much more than you think. Your cats will thank you and later on you'll thank yourself. Using racks to catify is of course only one part of the catification equation. If you haven't already, check out my full catification video where I outline some of the best ways to catify your home without spending so much effort or money. If you're looking for racks now that I have completely convinced you, or looking for some cat things to put on your racks, check out my description where you'll find the recommended cat items and space-saving apartment items, racks included. And for other cat issues and articles, visit MonsieurTien.com. I'll see you in the next video.